The Big Red Machine, the successor of the Vex Mythoclast, the Red Death. Now, after patch 1.1.1 in Crucible, pulse rifles got a huge buff, making Red Death not only the most used pulse rifle, but the most used gun, period. And I can understand why the Vanguard advises us Guardians to destroy the thing, because it's so powerful. Now, lately I've been wondering, how can I take this beast down? So I've been tackling this and trying to figure out a way to actually combat the weapon. With the Iron Banner back, I expect this thing to destroy, and it has. A lot of people are using it, and it's kind of become tough for anyone who isn't. So I've been doing a lot of testing to see what works and what doesn't against it in combat. So first things first, we're going to look at this thing's perks. The first thing is unflinching. It's easier to aim under fire using this weapon. Now, the thing about Red Death is that it's a pulse rifle. You have to remember, it's a pulse rifle. Accuracy means everything. If they line their shots up on you, you can get killed in about 2 good bursts. And that's scary since this thing dominates so well in mid-range combat. So to my fellow hunters out there, your movement is going to be really important in fighting this thing. And that's not to say that other classes can't face it, because you can. You just have to coordinate yourself differently. And try to avoid indoor combat. It will lock you down if you can't move well enough. You have to control the flow of the battle. If you're a Titan, you have to intimidate. You have to be ready to shoulder charge, go up in their face, and just kill them. The thing about Red Death is it's still a pulse rifle, as I've already said. So when you get up in the opponent's face, you can take them down. You can handle them if you do it properly. Now you have 3 choices for your perk 2. Snapshot. Aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. I don't actually see this a lot on Red Death. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think a lot of people use it. The second is high caliber rounds, and that is oversized rounds built to stagger targets and leave them reeling. Their mass makes a weapon harder to handle. And this is personally what I put on my Red Death, because I feel like I need my aim to be superior to theirs. I need to line my shots up and make sure that they can't get theirs. So I'm gonna just assume that other people are using it this way. Hopefully are using it that way. And the last one is single point sling. Switch weapons faster. Move quicker while aiming. This might actually be useful, but I'm not sure how useful, because I haven't had much testing with this one. It just doesn't really fit me very well based on the gear I use. So tell me if you use it and how it works for you. I'd like to hear that. And the last perk, the perk 3, which makes the weapon, is Red Death. Each kill heals you and speeds up reloads. This is situational, but the fact that this situation comes up so frequently makes it scary. So imagine you're 2v1. You and your buddy are facing off against a guy with Red Death, and he picks off your buddy. Your buddy dies, and you got your shots off already on the guy. His health is gonna come back up. He can jump in the air and do that quick reload and pop you off right there, and you're gonna be upset because you can't really deal with it that well, because you expected, oh, an easy target, so let me just finish him off. No, he's not done. You're done. You're dead now. Doesn't that make you upset? So I'm gonna help you get past that now by telling you certain guns that I use against Red Death. And the first one is shotguns. Just in general, shotguns. Shotguns can shut down Red Death so quick. You just have to be agile and get in their face, as I've said before. Red Death, they have to line their shots up. They have to be precise. You're not going to give them the time for that. Just take them down with a shotgun. One clean shot. Boom. Done. Overpowered against overpowered, as some people say. The next one is an interesting one. Not that easy to come by, but you can get lucky. Thorn. Thorn is beast because it takes down Red Death's major ability. Healing. So I was so shocked when using my Red Death against this thing. Thorn stops your regenning. It doesn't even trigger, because what it actually is with Red Death is it's not an immediate health boost. It just speeds up. It automatically triggers your regeneration. But Thorn is constant damage over time, so it's not gonna be able to do anything because it's stopped immediately. It just stop. And I think that's pretty cool. It works really well. If you can, that sense of confusion towards a Red Death user will just stagger them and give you an opportunity to take them down. And that works out really well in your favor, especially in Iron Banner with all these Red Deaths running around. Just put on your Thorn and sling and slay and slay and slay countless Red Death players. I think that Thorn is the best weapon to go against it. Of course, Red Death is still a powerful weapon in terms of stats and such, but that level of mental security where you're confusing your opponent and just being agile and taking them down, they can't do anything about it. The gun stats don't determine who the better player is. You do. Use Thorn and take out some Guardians with the Red Death. And what's funny is both weapons are kind of evil with their lore, but that's another video. And the last gun I'm gonna recommend to go against Red Death is Red Death. Yeah. I mean, you gotta fight fire with fire, right? And it's a good gun. That's why I'm making a video about this. It is a good gun. It's a great gun even. That buff made it beast. Before, people weren't even looking at it that much, because it was like 22 weeks before Xur sold it again. So pick up Red Death and just go to town. It comes down to skill at the end of the day. You can both have the exact same weapon. The person who has more experience and better skill and knowledge and knows how to deal with the Red Death is gonna win with a Red Death. So good luck, Guardians. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been a long time coming. I've really been wanting to do YouTube for a long time. Yeah, this is my first video. And you can expect more of this kind of stuff regularly, because I really enjoyed making this. So I hope you'll stick around and be ready to see some more of this. So subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching.